have a request then. As you had a request from me to do this in short time, my question is, can I play a song? I have a song here. So if I had a USB, I can connect this somewhere to play it. That's, I'll do it.
Is it an MP3 file or no, it's on your
No, I have it here. I can put a USB.
Oh, USB.
Yeah. While we get into the, it's just this file. Here's this file. While we get into this, what's to be done? Don't worry, because this is the last thing that goes at the very end. So before I start, I have to make a confession. Is that I am a believer. So yesterday, when Professor Scott was making the presentation about Plato, I thought, wow, what a smart guy this Plato. Completely agree. Down the mine you go to work because you've been paid by this. So I'm a believer in this. I do believe that I am into this business not to provide a response to a policy demand that we have to fulfill some tasks because otherwise the money will not be coming. I mean, that too, but I do believe that there is a social role to research, and that social role has to be fulfilled by academic researchers. I believe in this. So these activities that we were describing today, my heart warms to them. And yeah, that's the kind of things we have to do. And that's it, what have to be done. I was struck today that the presentations from the Irish Council, from you, from AHRC, there were all these activities of engagement to help researchers to get involved in things with the town councils, with the art sector, all this battery of activities. And I was thinking, this varies a lot across countries. So here we are a community which I think is very active in this front. So let's not make the mistake that we think that what's common among us is common among everybody. And that because it's common, it is banal. So the discussion we were having yesterday also with Dominique. It may be common among us, but it is not banal. These kind of activities, this involvement of research councils in valorization activities are extremely important and need to be done. And they may be done in the UK, it may be done in Ireland. I will tell this to the Spanish Research Council, and their jaw will drop to hit the floor. They have never thought about these kind of things. It is not in their structure of thinking about what research is about. What research is about academic production. And then if the academic wants to do some play with things on the side, that's, can do it. But there is not this structured way from the funding councils to help researchers in social engagement. So what needs to be done? More of that, and this is a model of good practice. I hesitate to say best practice, I hate the word, but good practice for sure is a model of good practice that in other environments that I think should be followed. So one thing to be done. Second thing to be done, that has to do with something I started to suggest yesterday. It's about the role, the role of evaluation. And in this, there has been some work recently by my colleague at INGENIO at SPRU, Ismael Rafols, and Andy Sterling, about the use of indicators and measurements to open up the debate and not to close it down. So here we are not doing valuations of valorization to give that final answer to the funding agency to say, and that's what we're going to do. That's not the role of evaluation. The role of evaluation, in fact, if anything, is the contrary, is to open up a debate that should exist. So we have to move through modes of policy making, which are more based on discussion, on constant debate, on argument, and evaluation is part of this argumentative tool, role in policy making. Now, one thing that occurred to me yesterday is also in the emerging discussion with Dave O'Brien, which we had a change after my presentation. And I thought, yeah, there is value in the old classics of public policy. The old thing about modeling through of Charles Lindblom. This idea that you make policy not by route of setting up big objectives and then from these you kind of derive the other objective and at the end then you apply. No, you go from the branch and you incrementally adapt. And we have to be aware that this is the way policy works, by incremental adaptations, and besides, that this is the way policy should work, because we don't have the final answers to the questions we are putting. So we have to incrementally adapt, little by little, tweaking, using evaluation in a formative mode. So this is a way of seeing evaluation as a formative mode in a framework of incremental adaptations, and not as a tool in a decisionist approach to policy making. We are not giving you tools to say that much, that much, that much, that much here. That's why people at the Treasury are not very popular with, because I know that's what they want, but I refuse to give it to them. It's my privilege as a bureaucrat in Spain not to have to answer all the questions I'm given. But I will be engaged in this kind of debate. And this is a debate I think we have to have, and we have to have across countries. So I think this is another thing to be done, just to push the scope for a formative approach to evaluation in the field of impact assessment, of valorization of the arts and humanities. And the song, let's see.